हरे कृष्णा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवम्। हरे कृष्णा। So we are in text 30, जिसमें there are some question and answers which is going on between Vidur and Maitreya. So it starts with यज्ञस्य च वितानानि योगस्य च पथ प्रभो नैष्कर्म्यस्य सांख्यस्य तंत्रं वा भागवत स्मृताम्. So translation, and someone can read the translation, please.
Yes, Prabhu. Please also describe the expansions of different sacrifices and the paths of mystic powers, analytical study of knowledge, and devotional service, all with their respective regulations. The word tantram is significant here. Sometimes tantram is misunderstood to be the black spiritual service of the materialistic persons engaged in sense gratification. But here tantram means the science of devotional service compiled by Sri Narad Muni. One can take advantage of such regulative explanations of the path of devotional service and make progressive advancement in the devotional service of the Lord. Sankhya philosophy is the basic principle of acquiring knowledge, as will be explained by the sage Maitreyi. The Sankhya philosophy enunciated by Kapil Dev, the son of the Devhuti, is a real source of knowledge about the supreme truth. Knowledge not based on the Sankhya philosophy is mental speculation and can yield no tangible profit.
Okay. So we
Hare
will
Krishna.
come for the details in the later stage. Like the Tantram over here means the science of devotional service compiled by Narad Muni. So what is the Tantra that talks about compiled by Narad Muni? Anybody can have an idea?
Narad Pancharatri.
One is Narad Pancharatra, that is great. And another one is Narad Bhakti Sutra. So Narad Pancharatra, Narad Bhakti Sutra जो है, this is purely devotion to Vishnu, nothing else. So we will discuss on those points also, how it happens. Because normally Tantra Vidya से लोगों के मन में अघोरी पंथ आता है. Because there is one Tantra Vidya given here by Lord Shiva to Parvati, which talks about the Aghor Panthi. That is in Shiva Puran. But वो हम लोग उसके ऊपर अभी डील नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are dealing with Shuddha devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti. And here that Tantra is given by the great Rishimuni Narada, who is the greatest devotee of the Lord. So the explanations are also given very beautifully in that. Just a minute. Yeah. So we will go to the next verse now. पाषाण्डपथ वैषम्यं प्रतिलोम निवेशनम जीवस्य गतयो याश्च यातवीर गुणकर्मजाः. Yeah, someone can read this.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Please also describe the imperfections and contradictions of the faithless atheists, the situation of crossbreeding, and the movements of the living entities in various species of life according to their particular modes of nature and work. Purport. The combination of living entities in different modes of material nature is called crossbreeding. The faithless atheists do not believe in the existence of God, and thus their paths of philosophy are contradictory. Atheistic philosophies never agree with one another. Different species of life are evidence of varieties of mixtures of the modes of material nature. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
So it's a very systematic question answer session where he is asking step by step. Now he's talking about, first he spoke about the Sankhya philosophy, the Tantra Vidya and Bhakti. Then the next he talks about the society in general, that how does the atheist they function, what is the crossbreeding, matlab cross varna marriage, Brahman getting married to Shudra, Shudra getting married to Vaishya, Vaishya getting married to Kshatriya. So those kind of crosses and various species according to their modes of nature and work. We will go ahead now. Dharma artha kama mokshanam nimityane avirodhatah vartaya dandanitischa shrutasya cha vidhim prathak. Translation.
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
You can read, yeah.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. You may also describe the non-contradictory causes of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation, and also the different means of livelihood and different process of law and order, as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna.
Now, verse number 33. Shradhadasya cha vidhim brahman पित्राणाम सर्गमेव च ग्रह नक्षत्र ताराणाम कालवैभाव्य संस्थितिम. Translation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Please also explain the regulations for offering respects to the forefathers, the creation of the Pitralok, the time schedule in the planets, stars, and luminaries, and their respective situations. Purport. This time durations of day and night, as well as months and years, are different in the different planets, stars, and luminaries. The higher planets, like the Moon and Venus, have time measurements different from those of the Earth. It is said that 6 months of this planet Earth equal 1 day of the higher planets. In Bhagavad Gita, the duration of 1 day of Brahmaloka is measured to be 1,000 times the 4 yugas, or 43 lakhs years multiplied by 1,000. And the month and year in Brahmaloka are calculated in that measure. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So definitely the timeline is different in different planetary systems. There is no doubt about it. One particular case that we can see is when King Indrayumna Maharaj wanted to invite Lord Brahma as the head pujari to install the deities of Lord Jagannath in Puri. So when he went, it was Satyug. He went to Brahmaloka, requested Brahma to come, and when he came back, he saw that everything was destroyed and nothing was there because Kali Yuga had started. And this meant for him just a few minutes. In a few minutes of his travel from Earth to Brahmaloka and back, the 3 yugas had gone and it was Kali Yuga. So this is how the timeline differs from all the planetary systems. Similar is the case when came King Raivata, the father of Revati, who went on to become the wife of Sri Balramji, brother of Sri Krishna. So he was searching for a suitable groom for Revati, but kuch nahi mil raha tha. So then he decided, let me go back to my original creating father and check with him. So he left the earth, Raivat, and he went to Brahmaloka. So once he went to Brahmaloka and he had a word with Brahma, and Brahma said, in so and so area, right now when you go, it will be already Treta Yuga end, because Krishna Balram appeared at the end of Treta Yuga, not at the start of Treta Yuga. So you will find Balram as the most suitable groom for your wonderful daughter. So then it so happened that when Raivat king came back, it was Dwapar Yuga, and there was a difference of height between Revati and Balram. Balram was around say 7-8 feet and Revati was almost 30 feet. So Balram took his, what do you say, हल को लिया and रेवती के कंधे पे रख के he just adjusted the height to himself. Of course, as a supreme personality, he could do that. But the point what I'm making over here is that different timelines are there in different planetary system. We can go to the next. Number 34. दानस्य तपसो वापि यच्चेष्टा पूर्तयो फलम प्रवासस्थायो यो धर्मो याश्च पुंसाम उतापदि. Yeah, translation.
Please also describe the fruitive results of charity and penance and of digging reservoirs of water. Please describe the situation of persons who are away from home and also the duty of a man in an awkward position. The digging of reservoirs of water for public use is a great work of charity, and retiring from family life after 50 years of age is a great act of penance performed by the sober human being.
So here we'll stick to until 34 only. Then we will see if the time permits, we'll go to 35. So right now we'll discuss the 5 verses from 30 to 34. So here in this purport, it talks about digging of reservoirs of water for public use and great work of charity. So not everybody is able to do this of digging reservoirs, but आजकल reservoir के बजाय हम लोग पानी का कूलर लगाते हैं. Like in Dubai, you see in various places there are water coolers available. पानी पीने की जगह. India also, you go to villages and all, there is a water pump is there. So you can go to the pump and get some water and freshen up yourself. So overall, what it means over here is that the charity has to be done by people who are there as devotees, and also after 50 years of age, to be in a Vanaprastha ashram is another great tapasya in today's world. So we will see that how these 4 or 5 verses culminate into a wonderful question answer session by which Vidur is trying to make some statement. So if you ask in one way, the questions asked by Vidur to Maitreya, these are not casual questions कि चलो हम बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं, बहुत दिन के बाद मिले हैं. No. It is a civilizational question. Civilization कैसे होना चाहिए, उसमें चीज़ें कैसे होनी चाहिए. So if you see the points that he has culminated, let's go one by one. Like Vidur is not asking about his personal problem. That, oh Maitreya Muni, I have so and so personal issues. I was thrown out by Duryodhan. I have no place to stay. I had to relinquish my prime ministership. So I have decided to go on Tirth Yatra. So by doing the Tirth Yatra, can I get liberated? क्या मुझे कुछ मिलेगा? See, the great people, great souls like Vidur, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, all such people, they don't live for themselves. They always are compassionate to others and they want others to also be happy because they are Vaishnava, they are Paradukha Dukhi. अभी देखिए, before I get into the question answer session over here, Yudhishthir Maharaj went to Bhishma Pitama. Bhishma Pitama was lying on the, what you say, bed of arrows, और बेड ऑफ एरोस पर लेटे हुए कृष्ण भगवान ने युधिष्ठिर से कहा कि आप जाओ और भीष्म पितामह से उपदेश ले लो. He will give you some right information and right instruction which will be helpful for you to act like a proper Chakravarti Samrat. So he went there, he did namaskar to Bhishma Pitama. So he did not say, see, I've come, I've won the war, my dear grandfather, great grandsire, and tell me isko मैं कैसे भोगूं. He said, को धर्म सर्व धर्माना धर्म दिखतो मतः किम जपन मुच्यते जंतुर जन्म संसार बंधनात्. को धर्म सर्व धर्माना. What is the topmost religion that a man has to follow? And what is the topmost standing? Kim Japan Muchyate. Muchyate means to get release. Jantur means Jiva. Jantu does not mean jumps. Jantur means jiva. Janma samsara bandhanat. So two questions he asked. What is the topmost religiosity system that a human has to follow? And by chanting what, or what chanting should be done by which I shall never take birth again in this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshana Darshana. So उसका जवाब भीष्म पितामह ने क्या दिया? Idam anantam purushottamam. This ananta purushottam, this Krishna who's standing next to you, if you chant his name, you will be relieved of this dukkha doshana samsara. So that is the reason you have to chant when you are able to, then you are able to leave this material world. So he did not say anybody else's name, and that is how Vishnu Sahasranam came into existence. So here also what Vidur is asking, he is asking in the four shlokas, he has made four themes. What is the theme? In the first, he says, what is the spiritual functionality of the society? Second is socially. Third is morally. Fourth is cosmic level. You see how he is thinking. Spiritually means it is on the jiva level. Socially means it's on the community level. Morally means it is entire mankind. And cosmically means entire creation. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. 4 steps he is able to ask the question, because unless there is a congruence between these systems, the system will not function. And this is the reason why Srila Prabhupada emphasized that devotees should read Bhagavatam, because they will think in the way how the devotee is presenting the thought process as good by Vidur. So let's begin with the first verse number 30. So verse number 30, it says about, so Vidur is asking Maitreya to explain what is yagna. Yagna means doing your duty for satisfaction of Vishnu, that is yagna. Mystic yoga, what is dhyana yoga? Analytical knowledge, what is analytical knowledge is Sankhya philosophy, and devotional service. But he has not asked only this meaning, he has asked with regulations. Because without regulation it is all humbug. Because then जिसका मन में जो आएगा वो वैसे करेगा, वैसा नहीं चलेगा. How to do the yagna? What is the process? What is the vidhi? Mystic yoga, what is to be done? So this is how it works. Elaboration. So the question arises, why there is no one path? Because different people have different psychologies. Some people may say, I am okay with art of living. Some people will say, I am okay with Vipassana. Some people will say, I am okay with Shri Shri. Some people will say, I am okay with, Jaggi Sadguru. Some are okay with Sai Baba. Some are okay with demigods. Some are okay with Shiva. Some are okay. Some are also always wanting to be with Krishna. So different people have different psychologies. So how do we understand the different psychologies? क्या परिस्थिति है साइकोलॉजी करने का? तो एक आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ. हनुमान, what comes to your mind? The moment I use word Hanuman.
सेवा भाव, दास्य.
Yeah, but which personality?
Ramchandra ji.
Ramchandra ji. Prahlad Maharaj.
नरसिंहदेव.
Lakshmana Swami.
The gopis.
Sri Krishna.
Sri Krishna, right? Now let's have a flip over. Hanuman, when he came to know that Rama came as Dwarkadish, was he interested in seeing Dwarkadish? Not that he had a disrespect, but what was his intense desire? To see whom? Rama or Krishna?
Rama.
So here itself it is shown that different people have different psychologies. So that psychology, if it is in a Rajogun or Tamogun, it comes to Devata level, to Bhut, Pret and everything and all. If it is in Sattva Gun, you are able to at least meditate on Vishnu, even though materially, Akama Sarva Kamova, you are able to do that. So that's the reason Krishna has given so many paths, because different paths will help them to elevate to the consciousness. Now, so the Vedas provide what? Karma Yoga, that is sacrifice. Ashtanga Yoga, that is mystic disciplinary. Jnana or Asankhya Yoga, that is analysis of matter and spirit. And Bhakti Yoga, loving devotional service of the Lord. And now to understand between these four, so let me ask you a question. Most of us, when we come in the material world or we meet people, Have you come across where people who say, my work is my worship? I don't have to believe in God, my worship. My job is my God and work is worship.
Yeah, many people.
Many people say that, right?
Initially,
So,
we also thought like that.
yeah, because that's how the propaganda was made. So, what can we do? The kind of society what we live in, the influence of the society comes to us. So, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसमें unless we take a step a little bit out of the box thinking करके कि is it really so? So, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is one beautiful verse which applies to karma. And if you say that shloka to that work is worship, his mouth will be shut. Unless he is a paranoid kind of a guy who just wants to argue for the sake of arguing. But sensible आदमी रहेगा वो करेगा. So if when people say work is worship, I don't believe that Krishna has to be what you say thought about. The words it says, I'll give you the first word, yat. The first word of that verse is yat.
Is that 3.9, Prabhu?
It's yat karoshi.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
9.27. Yat karoshi
Yeah.
yadashnasi
यद
josh.
अश्नासी यद जोशी वॉट एवर यू डू इट मीन्स इवन तुम पलक भी छपक रहे हो वो भी कर्म है तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम there is nothing Krishna has left in the scope where the person can find a loophole and say no Prabhu, see this is missing. Yat karoshi, whatever you do. And that is the reason in the Bhagavatam we use that beautiful words kayana vacha manasendreva buddhyatmanava prakriti svabhava karami akshak sakalam parasmai narayana samarpayami. Sorry guys, I have a bad throat. ठीक है. So that yat karoshi कोई गुंजाइश ही नहीं छोड़ता. Like when he says भोक्तारम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम. अब सर्वलोक महेश्वरम बोला तो बचा क्या फिर? सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम. You know, he's just, you cannot just find any loopholes with him. So for karma yoga, sacrifice, what is the way to do it? If somebody asks karma yoga, how is to done? Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad joshi dadashyat yat tapasya kondya tat kurushvadarpanam. Then comes the intelligent class, the nani, the people who understand that I am not the body, I am the soul, Aham Brahmasami. Sankhya philosophy wala. They go step by step to understand that the soul is distinct. But is their knowledge complete? Because Jnani says, I am not the body, I am the soul, and he wants to merge into the Brahma Jyoti. So, is that intelligence proper or improper? What is the opinion of the people here on this forum?
It is not proper, Prabhu.
It is not proper, right? Why? Because when you say, there are two words, Prabhu and Mataji. One is Jnani, one is Jnanvan. Jnani means one who is in the process of getting the knowledge, knowledgeable person. But Jnanvan means one who has completed the knowledge. So which is superior, Jnani or Jnanvan?
Jnanvan, Prabhu.
Jnanvan, right? So on the Jnanvan, what is a beautiful verse in Bhagavad Gita? The same word is there in that verse, chapter number 7. It starts with the word Bahunam.
Bahunam Janmanam Ante.
Yes. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvam Mam Prapadyate. If you say I am a Jnanvan, then your position is you are surrendered to Krishna. And with what mindset? Vasudeva tu sarva iti. Hey Vasudev, you are everything. But then immediately Krishna sarcastically says, Samhatma sudurlabha. ऐसा कोई लोग मिलता नहीं. So people who say, Prabhu, I am a Jnani. So ask him, if you are a Jnani, then what is your final thought process? What is your conclusion? That I am not the body, I am the soul, मैं ब्रह्म में जाना चाहता हूँ. No, that is foolish. Krishna says, Jnani to Jnanvan, it is a continual process. And when you become Jnanvan, then you go to Mam Prapadyate, means Krishna Prapadyate. Thinking, Vasudev tu sarvayati. My dear Lord, everything but you are the supreme. And now when Krishna says Samhatma Sudurlabha, तो वो कटाक्ष क्यों करते हैं भगवान? You know why? So people say, no, he is autocrat, वो तो मतलब उसको तो पहुंचना बहुत मुश्किल है. उसको पहुंचना मुश्किल नहीं है, मुश्किल हमारे में है. बिकॉज यही 7th chapter का वर्स नंबर 3 में आप जाके देखो क्या लिखा है भगवान ने। मनुष्यानाम सहस्रेषु कश्चित यतति सिद्धये। आउट ऑफ सो मेनी ह्यूमंस, कश्चित यतति सिद्ध, वन विल ट्राई टू गो फॉर सिद्धि। यतताम अपि सिद्धानाम, and out of millions of such siddhis, kashchit mam veti tatvata. Hardly people know me in truth. Why people know him in truth? Is it Krishna very difficult to understand? इतना मेहनत करने के बाद में वो what makes them to not realize Krishna? What is their mistake or what is their what is say downfall? हम लोग क्या सोच सकते हैं इसमें?
Their devotional service is not proper.
Yeah, devotional service is not what makes the devotional service improper, because they do so much of tapasya, so much of मेहनत. हम भक्तों से तो बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत करते हैं वो। उनका जो तपस्या होता है, मतलब हम लोग कर नहीं सकते, इतना तपस्वी होते हैं हम लोग।
Maybe not having the faith.
Yeah, in a way you are right, not having the faith.
They are not surrendered to the Lord.
Yeah, they are not surrendered to the Lord. Wonderful points. They are good points. Now, what happens over here is that when you don't have faith, or when your goal is, what is your goal of doing this? Say for example, मैं आपने मेरे को बोलेगा प्रभु मैं अभी 3 दिन से तपस्या कर रहा हूं, तो आपका तपस्या का गोल क्या है? कृष्ण को प्राप्त करना या खुद का सिद्धि करना? That will determine the final outcome of your product. So if you are doing yatatam api siddhanam, and after doing the siddhi you become Ashtasiddhi Sadhu Baba, and you start getting mangoes from the air, gold chain from the air, bhasma from the hand, and showing the cheap stunts, you say I am Bhagwan. तो वहां पर हम लोग क्या करते हैं? दिशा भटक जाते हैं. We actually go on the wrong path. Yatatam api siddhanam kashchit mam veti tatvata means trying to know Krishna is the most important goal, but you yourself decided to become Bhagwan, controller, Ishwar. That is the reason भगवान से सम आत्मा सुदुर्लभ, क्योंकि जो महात्मा होता है वो कृष्ण की पूजा करता है, लेकिन सम आत्मा सुदुर्लभ मतलब ऐसे महात्मा होते ही नहीं. क्यों? वो क्या बन जाते हैं? वो सिद्धि बन जाते हैं, सिद्धि पुरुष बन जाते हैं. और सिद्धि पुरुष बन करके वो थोड़ा बहुत जो उन्होंने पावर एक्यूमुलेट किया है उससे वो लोगों को भ्रमित कर देते हैं. सो व्हाट इज द साइन ऑफ नॉलेजेबल पर्सन? वासुदेव तु सर्व इति. What is the sign of a karma yogi? Tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do should be given to Krishna. Madarpanam, Krishna marpanam astu. Krishna marpanam astu. Krishna marpanam astu. तो कर्म योगी का हो गया, ज्ञान योगी का. अभी ध्यान योगी, ध्यान योगी जो है, जो अष्टांग योग करता है, मिस्टिक डिसिप्लिन, उसका क्या प्रॉब्लम है बता सकते हैं आप लोग? उसमें से परफेक्ट वाला कौन है?
Prabhu, Dhyan Yogi will go only up to Paramatma.
प्रोवाइडेड ही मेडिटेट्स ऑन द परमात्मा स्वरूप. अगर ब्रह्म ज्योति वाला अगर अब्डमन गार्ड के ऊपर किया तो किधर पहुंचेगा वो? आई एम लिटिल बिट ब्लंट, आई एम सॉरी टू से, बट पीपल मेडिटेट ऑन रेड लाइट, ब्लू लाइट, ग्रीन लाइट, पिंक लाइट. People meditate on their own body parts. So you're right. If you are able to do the dhyana avasthita tadgatena manasa pashyanti yam yogina. ध्यान अवस्थित, ध्यान किधर? अवस्थित, तद्गतेन, विच गति? कृष्णा. पश्यन्ति यम योगिनो यस्यांतम न विदुसुरा असुरगण देवाय तस्मै नमः. सो दैट इज परफेक्टली ओके. बट ध्यान योगीज भी किधर क्या करते हैं? कृष्ण के ऊपर मेडिटेट नहीं करते हैं. तो अगर ऐसा कोई बंदा मिल जाए तो उसको आप क्या जवाब दोगे भगवत गीता का? कर्म के लिए कौन सा श्लोक बोला मैंने आपको कर्म योगी से बात करने के लिए? यद करोषि यद अश्नाषि.
Yes, sir.
ज्ञानी के लिए कौन सा बोला? बहुनाम.
बहुनाम जन्मनाम.
अभी तीसरा आया योगी, ध्यान योगी, अष्टांग योगी. तो इसके लिए विच इज द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल वर्स? 647, चैप्टर नंबर 6, वर्स नंबर 47. आई एम श्योर यू विल नो द वर्स.
योगिनाम अपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेन अंतरात्मा.
यस, योगी नाम अपि सर्वेशाम. ना अभी देखिए इसमें दो कैच है प्रभु एंड माता जी. देयर आर टू कैच इन दिस. योगी नाम अपि सर्वेशाम. तो मतलब जितने ध्यान योगी है उनमें से एक वो हुआ। लेकिन योगी नाम अपनी सर्वेशाम मतलब सारे योगियों में कौन कौन से योगी आते हैं? कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, ध्यान योग। कैन वी ऐड दिस थ्री ऑल्सो योगी नाम अपनी सर्वेशाम में? विल इट बी राइट?
Yes, Prabhu, that's right.
है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
सो वन वे टू लुक एट इट इज योगी नाम अपनी सर्वेशाम मतलब ध्यान योगी, अष्टांग योगी. But it also, why it implies that way? Why I came to that conclusion? Because chapter number 1 to chapter number 6 कृष्णा का नॉलेजेबल ज्ञान देने का प्रोसेस है. चैप्टर नंबर 7 से कृष्णा के बारे में शुरू होता है नॉलेज. सो व्हाट वी डू इज फर्स्ट 6 चैप्टर इज द टॉप कवरिंग, मिडिल 6 चैप्टर इज द डिवोशनल सर्विस, लास्ट 6 चैप्टर इज द outer covering. So one is कर्म योगा, one is ज्ञान योगा, और बीच में है भक्ति योगा. और ध्यान योगा दोनों में थोड़ा थोड़ा है. We can put it in the first part only क्योंकि chapter 6. So when coming to chapter number 6, he has already discussed कर्म योगा, ज्ञान योगा, ध्यान योगा. So the last point he made, the conclusion of the first 6 chapter is yoginam api sarvesham mad gaten antaratmana. One who meditates on me, one who tries to look at me, how श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम. अगर भजन कीर्तन कब होता है? भक्ति में होता है या ज्ञान में होता है? यू गो टू आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग, यू गो टू विपासना, डू दे डू भजन कीर्तन व्हेन दे आर मेडिटेटिंग, और दे आर जस्ट क्लोजिंग देयर आईज एंड मेडिटेटिंग ऑन समथिंग वेग और वॉइड?
They don't
भक्ति में ही होता है.
just they'll meditate
जस्ट मेडिटेशन. और हमारा मेडिटेशन कैसा रहता है? हरे
through
कृष्णा
chanting.
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे. सो देयर इज नामा इज देयर. ठीक है, नाम का श्रवण हो रहा है, नाम का कीर्तन भी हो रहा है. कीर्तन कैसे हो रहा है? व्हेन वी गो टू भजन कीर्तन एंड वी डू द कीर्तन फॉर द लॉर्ड, सिंगिंग द हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र एंड सो मेनी भजन्स आर देयर. या सो श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम, श्रद्धा से मेरी भजन करो. या समय युक्ता ततो मतः, देन ओनली यू विल डू. सो लास्ट में भक्ति योगा, लविंग सर्विस टू द लॉर्ड. भक्ति योगा का हम लोग क्या करते हैं? पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम जो में भक्त्या प्रयच्छति. या यो में भक्त्या प्रयच्छति, इसमें भक्ति 2 दफे आता है, राइट? ये पूरा श्लोक कोई बोल सकता है? So anybody would like to take a call on telling this patram pushpam phalam toyam?
Shall I?
Yeah, Prabhu, it's okay.
पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहम भक्ति उपरतम अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः.
So you see, the Lord is very clear कि अगर भक्ति से अगर आप मुझे पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः. अश्नामि, आई ईट. लोग बोलते हैं कि भगवान नहीं खाते, भगवान बोलता है मैं खाता हूँ. ही सेज आई ईट. इट्स लाइक सुबल प्रभु सेज प्रभु आई एम डूइंग दिस. आई विल से नो नो प्रभु, ही इज ओनली टेलिंग दैट वे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But when he says I eat, I eat. Now how I eat, that is not your lookout. आप मुंह से खा सकते हो कि भगवान आंखों से खाते हैं. अंगानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रिय वृत्ति मंति पश्यन्ति पांति कलयन्ति चिरम जगन्ति. सो भक्ति योग क्या करता है? भक्ति योग क्या करता है? भक्ति योग जो है वो बोलता है प्रेमांजन छुरित भक्ति विलोचन. प्रेमांजन, हम लोग का पोजिशन क्या है? ज्ञानांजन है. ओम ज्ञान तिमिरांधस्य ज्ञानांजन शलाकया, राइट? और ज्ञानांजन से प्रेमांजन का जो जर्नी है, दैट इज व्हाट श्रीमद् भागवतम इज प्रोवाइडिंग अस. द ज्ञान स्टार्ट्स विद भगवद गीता एंड एंड्स विद भागवतम, एंड द प्रैक्टिकलिटी इज गिवन इन चैतन्य चरितामृत. सो प्रेमांजन चुरित भक्ति विलोचनेन संत सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति. संत सदैव हृदय के अंदर भगवान को देखते हैं. क्या देखते हैं? यम श्याम सुंदरम अचिंत्य गुण स्वरूपम. किसका स्वरूप देखते हैं? दे डू नॉट सी अ हेडलाइट और अ बल्ब और अ लाइट और अ कलर. नो, यम श्याम सुंदर अचिंत्य गुण स्वरूपम त्रिभंग ललितम. सो दिस इज हाउ इट इज. नाउ when these 4 things Vidur is talking about, so Vidur is not asking just random description. He wants it with vidhi. What is the vidhi?
Navvidha Bhakti, Prabhu?
No, he's asking the vidhi about the 4 things: karma, ashtanga, jnana, and bhakti. And that is, of course, Navvidha Bhakti is there in them. Because suppose if there is no regulation, Prabhu and Mataji, karma yoga, ashtanga yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, no regulation, then there will be degradation, there will be deviation. Real? True?
Yes.
है कि नहीं?
Yes.
तो रेगुलेशन तो होना जरूरी है, लेकिन लोग बोलते हैं प्रभु हम रेगुलेशन में विश्वास नहीं करते हैं, आप लोग बहुत शूशा करते हो, आप लोग बहुत ज्यादा हम लोग के ऊपर दबाव डालते हो, ये करो, ये नहीं करो, ऐसा करो, वैसा नहीं करो. बट देन देयर इज नो रेगुलेशन, देन एवरीथिंग इज अप टू योरसेल्फ and everybody will interpret things in their way. So he says, Vidur is asking in 2 things. He says that what is the vidhi? Yeah. And what is the regulation? How does it get regulated? That is vidhi. So what is the important teaching point in this? Important teaching point in this is, if you do a sacrifice or a karma without Vishnu, it becomes a ritual. Because there is no Vishnu, so there is no bhakti, there is no yoga. Yoga is Vishnu and Kand is Devata. And yoga without devotion, say you are doing Ashtanga yoga, but without devotion to Vishnu. So then it just becomes Siddhi hunting, ki I'm a Siddhi. Ishwaraham aham bhogi siddhoham balvan sukhi. And knowledge without bhakti, dry speculation. No. So it says, samprapte san nihite kale nahi rakshati drukun karne. So knowledge without bhakti is dry speculation. So what is the key point? Only bhakti, even without perfection, purifies the heart. Bhakti may not be pure initially, but it will still give you the purification of the heart. And once the heart is purified, Ridantaste Bhadrani Vidunoti Surut Satam. So Srila Prabhupada repeatedly makes a statement. He says, Bhakti is not to reject other parts, but to perfect them. You want to be a karma yogi? You do yat karoshi yad ashnashi. You want to be a jnana yogi? Hey Vasudev tu sarvaiti. You want to be a dhyana yogi? Madhvahagate. Shraddhavan bhajate yumam. So it just perfects them. It just perfects them. And once it is perfected, it will culminate into bhakti one point of time. Whereas the modern society has got a different point of view. What the modern society does, it says work without yajna, yoga without God, and knowledge without humility. Knowledge means humility. What is the verse in Bhagavad Gita? Knowledge with humility, what is the verse in Bhagavad Gita? That from knowledge comes humility. Or the completion of knowledge is humility.
Vidya Vinamay?
Yes,
I
yes.
don't
That's
remember.
बोलिए.
प्रभु जी मुझे याद नहीं है.
विद्या
विद्या
विनय
विनय
संपन्ने ब्राह्मणो गवि हस्तिनी शुनिचैव स्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिना. But in the material world, knowledge is without humility, because the moment you get knowledge, you become ahankar. Hey, तुम क्या मेरे से ज्यादा जानते हो? चलो निकलो इधर से. मैं पंडित हूँ, मैं ब्राह्मण हूँ, मैं महापंडित हूँ, मुझे सब पता है. So in that humility, what happens? Sorry, in that aggression, he falls down. So what is the result of this working without yagna, yoga without God, knowledge without humility? What is that? Anxiety, pride and meaninglessness. Unnecessarily आप anxious हो जाते हो, घमंड आ जाता है और कोई मतलब नहीं रहता लाइफ का. But when you apply Srimad Bhagavatam, it restores purpose and harmony. So purpose is to, what is the purpose of all these activities? To satisfy whom?
Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna. And when you satisfy him, harmony comes out of the way or not? Everything becomes harmonious?
Yes.
Yeah. So coming to text 31 now. So text 31, we tackle about different items: atheism, Varna Sankara, and transmigration of the soul. सो ट्रांसमाइग्रेशन ऑफ द सोल, भगवत गीता का सबसे फेमस वर्स कौन सा है? ट्रांसमाइग्रेशन ऑफ सोल में भगवत गीता का सबसे ब्यूटीफुल वर्स चैप्टर 2 में कौन सा है?
जी नानी
देहांतर
देहिनोस्मिन।
प्राप्ति कुछ इस तरह।
यस, इट स्टार्ट्स विद देहिनोस्मिन
देहु। हाँ,
यथा देहे कौमारम
Kamaram.
यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्त। ब्यूटीफुल, वेरी नाइस. So first we'll deal with the atheism. So Vidur in this he asked about the defects of the atheist, the crossbreeding of social chaos, and the movement of the soul through species. So when atheism comes, what does atheism say? There is no God, right? What is their statement? There is no God, it is all man-made. There is nothing supreme. But when they say that there is no God, there is a contradiction. What is the contradiction? If there is no supreme lawgiver, there is a moral outrage. Moral outrage होता है कि नहीं? People go, they do anarchy, they fight with the government, there is killings of the people, so many issues are there. Yeah. So there is moral outrage. You ask them, there is soul, they say there is no soul, but there is a demand for dignity. But if there is no soul, why the body requires dignity? Is the body शरीर नश्वर है कि नहीं? So शरीर नश्वर है.
yes.
We don't believe in karma. It is जैसे कर्मा वर्मा कुछ नहीं, लेकिन क्या बोलते हैं? Pseudo, what is that new word in this today's world? Those who are pseudo secular प्रभु, उनके लिए एक नया नाम आया ना कम्युनिस्ट के लिए आजकल. Urban
अर्बन
Naxal,
नक्सल्स ना. हाँ.
urban Naxals. So they don't believe in karma, but they will expect justice. आर्म चेयर फिलोसोफर्स ऐसे एसी रूम में आराम से बैठेंगे और बड़ी बड़ी बातें करेंगे, लेकिन ग्राउंड पर जाके कुछ नहीं बोले और उसका पैसा भी ले लेंगे. सो दिस इज नो कर्मा, नो सोल, नो सुप्रीम, बट देर शुड बी नो मॉरल आउटेज, देर विल बी डिमांड फॉर डिग्निटी एंड एक्सपेक्टेशन फॉर जस्टिस. अगर कर्म फल के ऊपर आपको विश्वास नहीं तो जस्टिस कैसे होगा भैया? सो ये दैट इज द फ्लॉ ऑफ द एथिज्म. So that's the reason Prabhupada calls them the philosophy of frustration. Prabhupada का कीवर्ड क्या है? Philosophy of frustration. So next then he speaks about the Varna Sankara, social breakdown. So when does the social breakdown takes place? Community breakdown टूटता कैसे है? When you ignore the spiritual responsibility. Spirituality is the basis of sociality. अगर spiritual सब कुछ सही है तो social belongings, social interaction will be very nice. If the spiritual levels are down, the social interaction will be, what do you say, selfish. The motive is selfish. So you ignore spiritual responsibility, you live only for pleasure and produce children without dharmic training. Varna Sankara. So that's how the social breakdown takes place. So it is basically not a racial concept कि फलाना रेस क्या कर रहा है. It is a conscious spiritual concept. The consciousness कैसा है? इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? संस्कार देते हैं. संस्कार means impressions. Quality impressions of the Lord comes in the consciousness right from the point of putting the seed into the womb to the point where the child is growing as a devotee and giving the body as a devotee. So why there are multiple confusions in the life of the human being? Can anyone tell me?
We are not following the samskaras, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. Confusion multiplies. The reason for confusion multiplies because they forget why they are living. हम जी क्यों रहे हैं? जब वो नहीं पता है तो फिर कंफ्यूजन तो होगा. अगर हमको ये पता है कि कृष्ण जीवेर स्वरूप है
Nitya Krishna Das.
Nitya Krishna Das. So then there is no confusion. If I know that Nehal Mataji is my master, or Sumati Mataji is my master, or Prabhu is my master, I have no confusion. Like in the Vrindavan, once a lion and the lion traps a Gaumata. So somehow when they are trapped and they are doing the kuch adan pradan hota hai. So the lion says, I'm the king of the jungle. I bow to nobody. And the cow says, I bow to my master because my master will come searching for me. So what happens basically is that somehow they both fall into a quick sinking sand. How they fall, I do not have an idea because I've just heard this story some time back. So now the lion who says, I'm the king of the jungle, I'm the master, has no one to surrender. So that time the cow is smiling. So the lion says, why you are smiling? We both are in the deathbed. She says, my master will come. I'm not Anath, I'm Sanath. So somebody will come to protect me. And rightly said so. A group of people come searching for this Gomata. They saw her in the singing sand. They put a rope and pull her out. But the lion who is Anath, the lion is Anath. There's nobody to protect him. Eventually he kills himself. So it is better to be sheltered under the Supreme Lord rather than telling that I don't want anybody in my life. So if you know why you are living, I'm living to satisfy my master Lord Krishna because he's the one who has given me everything. So at least become duty bound. If not bhakti, at least become conscious about your duty. So at least multiple confusions से हम लोग दूर रहेंगे. So karmanna deva netrene gunakarma vibhagasya. We are not born randomly. Are we born randomly? Or do you think there is a reason to why we are born like that?
Yeah, because of our past karmas.
So it means every body is earned by karma.
Yep.
You are earning that body, right? Krishna is not forcing that body to you. Depending upon your karma, you earn that body. So it means nature is partial or impartial?
Impartial.
Now, one more question I want to ask you. Knowledge, when taken as Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. So knowledge creates responsibility, compassion, and sobriety. If the knowledge does not make you responsible, then that is arrogance and tyranny. And one has to be compassionate to others. Now in the text 32, Vidur talks about dharma, artha, kama, moksha without contradiction. Means it does not contradict the Vedas. And he also asks about what should be the mode of livelihood and the law and order to Shastra. According to Shastra, sorry. Law and order according to Shastra क्या है वो भी हमको बताना पड़ेगा. Just a minute. So tell me one thing. When we say law and order according to Shastra, what is our understanding? Can anyone tell me? Law and order according to Shastra?
Spiritual regulations and
Yeah, regulations, absolutely right. Anything else?
Giving protection to everyone in the society, all
Yes.
living. Giving
Yes, that's
protection to
right.
the cows.
Good points. Very nice. Yeah.
4 regulative principles given by Prabhupada.
Yeah, that is the given Shastrically, yes. 4 regulative principles.
Taking care of upliftment in the spirituality for everyone.
Yes. Very valid point, Amrit Madhav. Thank you. So, good points given. So, basically, what is the current scenario? in the society. Modern life teaches artha without dharma. Do you agree?
Yep. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Kama without regulation. अरे क्यों अपने आप को रेगुलेशन करते हो? खुला खाओ, जैसा करना है करो. The propaganda is artha without dharma, kama without regulation, moksha without service. Moksha without
Service to the
what is the
Lord.
result? When you do artha without dharma and kama without regulation, you just go and enjoy yourself until the end, and then you fall down. So this results into what? Conflict, emptiness, and guilt. Conflict means आदमी मारामारी करने पे उतर आता है, तू तराके पर आता है, आर्ग्यूमेंट पर आता है. गिल्ट मतलब आदमी डिप्रेशन में चला जाता है, और एम्प्टीनेस मतलब जीवन का खालीपन. हैव यू सीन दिस इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड, प्रभुज एंड माताजीस, अराउंड यू?
A lot. A
So
lot,
many
Prabhu.
people live there.
And what are we doing to help them?
Give them
First is
Bhagavad Gita.
they don't want to be helped because they feel that they are good enough. Yeah. So what we can do as devotees of the Lord? First is we understand the four goals cooperate with each other. Dharma guides artha. If you know the dharma, it will guide your artha. And artha supports dharma. And kama is regulated. That is the reason the four regulative principles, as you rightly said. And moksha comes at service, not just void. आंख बंद करके बैठे हमको मतलब ब्रह्म ज्योति में जाना है, मोक्ष, फॉल डाउन हो जाएगा. मोक्षा comes by service, and Vishnu is in the center. So when we were talking about law and order, what is the first word that comes to your mind? Law and order means legal, correct?
Yes,
When we
Prabhu.
use the word law and order, legal comes first to our mind, right? But law is not merely legal. It has got social bearings, moral bearings, and spiritual alignment with the cosmic law. Because one law is what your constitution has written for you, different countries. But do you think there is a cosmic law, higher law system of nature? Do we agree to this?
Yes,
Law of
Prabhuji.
nature? So if our law is not in alignment with the cosmic law, then there will be contradiction. Because law of nature will not leave us,
Yeah, very much true.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have to understand it's just not merely a legal thing that article number so and so ताज़ 3 दफा 302 के तहत हम इनको फांसी की सजा सुना देते हैं. ठीक है, that is right. But what about the greater law? What about the law of nature? What about the laws of the cosmic nature? What about the Lord? उसके ऊपर भी तो होना चाहिए. So if you do not have the inner law and order correctly done, the outer law and order will fail. So ours is the external law, what we have written. The inner law comes by the cosmology, because before we could even take birth, the law was there, like the law of gravitation force. It was not invented by Newton, it was only observed by him. Right?
Yes.
So इससे क्या हम लोग को समझ में आता है कि दिस लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो है, जिसको हमने बनाया है, वो एक्सटर्नल लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है टू कीप द सोसाइटी इन फंक्शन. बट इफ इट इज इन अलाइनमेंट विद द इनर लॉ, then it becomes more powerful, spiritual, and morally adequated. So then after the law and order, then now Vidur is talking about the cosmic law. और cosmic law में क्या प्रश्न पूछा उन्होंने? Something which is from the outer sphere. This is not within us. This is not matter only to earth. It is greater than that. And what is that? So he is asking about Pitra Lok, Pitra Upasana, yeah, तारा नक्षत्र तारा नाम, ग्रह नक्षत्र तारा नाम, एंड उनका टाइम शेड्यूल. Why all this thing? Now, don't you see that there is a hint of astrology in this and astronomy? Planetary movements and time schedule. When do we want to know the planetary movements and time schedule? When we need to predict a particular incident or an action. So first we'll take on the ancestor service. Now, when we see the Vedic cosmology from the perspective of Bhagavatam, the cosmology is the planetary movement. So it says as the Vedic cosmology is very personal and purposeful. There is a whole purpose to create this entire cosmology. And it's Krishna's very personal intent so that sorry, what is that verse? Mamai Vamsha Jivaloka Jivabhuta Sanatana Manasastani Indrani Prakriti Karshati. So from that, if you go to see, when you talk about the Vedic cosmology, the first thing that comes in concentration is time. So is time an energy of the Lord? Kala Shakti? काल शक्ति भगवान का शक्ति में से एक शक्तियों में से है. इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति, काल शक्ति, तुष्टि, पुष्टि, कीर्ति. Is it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kala Shakti is there, right? So time is the energy of the Lord. Planets are conscious system. Planets are not just mud and stone. They are conscious. And how do you come to know the planets are conscious? Each planet has a personality. Shani, Surya, Indra, Chandra, right? Sorry, not Indra. Chandra, Shukra, Buddha. And what about our forefathers? They were real living beings or not? हमारे पितृ जो थे वो जीवित थे कि नहीं एक जमाने में?
Yes.
हाँ प्रभु जी,
Certainly जीवित थे.
अभी भी है.
अभी भी है. कई लोग होंगे पितृलोक में होंगे. Absolutely right. So in this verse, this creates gratitude to the ancestors. हम लोग एटलीस्ट साल में एक टाइम तो तर्पण करना चाहिए अपने पितरों के लिए. कई दफे ऐसा होता है कि जब हम इस्कॉन में आते हैं तो बहुत से चीजों को हम लोग बहिष्कार कर देते हैं. लेकिन बहिष्कार वो कर सकते हैं जो अवधूत है. अगर हम वो लेवल पर नहीं है तो हमारे पितरों को थोड़ा सा तर्पण करके विष्णु प्रसाद देने में कहीं से भी कोई गलत नहीं होता. Many times you might be contradicted to say what I say, but you should have gratitude to ancestors. Why? Because of your ancestors today you are having this body. So you should have gratitude to the ancestors because of the Gotra. You should have respect for the time because time gives you immense opportunities to correct yourself and be Krishna conscious. And we should be humble enough in front of the cosmic intelligence. Are we more intelligent than the cosmic systems?
No.
So we should be this way. So the last one is Vertex 34. We are about to end this now session. So it talks about charity, austerity, and compassion. So text 34, Vidur is asking how charity should be given, how austerity should be performed. And compassion में हम लोग ने क्या सुना था? Digging what? What was that for digging? Public welfare के लिए हम क्या dig करते हैं?
Wells and all.
Wells and reserve.
So that is your compassion towards the general people living being. अभी देखो for example आपने एक pond dig किया. Suppose an animal is thirsty like a dog or a cow. Where is she going to go open the tap and drink the water, dear? So this is not only compassion to the human being, it's compassion to everybody. कितने सारे जीव को आप लोगों ने और हम लोगों ने आउट ऑफ कंपैशन एक जल ओपन करके दिया. सो भक्ति डज नॉट मीन निग्लेक्टिंग आवर ड्यूटीज. नहीं नहीं नहीं, हम भक्त है, हमारा कोई दारोमदार नहीं है. कोई मरता है तो मरे, हमको क्या करना है, वो उसका कर्म है. वी कैन नॉट बी लाइक दैट. Because spiritual life does not mean withdrawal from society. I would like to have Subhal's opinion on this. Do we see the withdrawal from society at times, Prabhu, from people? Subhal Prabhu, you are there? Okay, he'll come, no problem.
What is your question, Prabhuji?
Spiritual life does not mean withdrawal from society. नहीं, हम तो अभी इस्कॉन के भक्त बन गए, अभी हम जप कर रहे हैं, ये हमारा काम नहीं, ये कर्मकांड है, कुआं खोदना, पानी पिलाना.
We have to do all this because during I remember this COVID time, so many food packets have been distributed by ISKCON itself.
So piety, true piety involves feeding others, providing water, helping travelers, supporting the distress. इससे हमारा स्पिरिचुअलिटी कम नहीं हो जाएगा, ना ही हम कर्मकांड बनेंगे, क्योंकि आप उनको विष्णु प्रसाद दे रहे हो. आप जो जल प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो उसको, वो भी विष्णु का दिया हुआ है. आप मदद कर रहे हो ट्रैवलर्स को, तो एक डिवोटी के घर में वो हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र सुन सकता है. और दोज आर इन डिस्ट्रेस वी सपोर्ट देम बाय सांत्वना देख करके, बैठ बैठ करके उनसे बात कर सकते हैं. बिकॉज द वैष्णव हार्ट इज सॉफ्ट. So we have to be very, very thoughtful in what we do. So अगर हम एक कंक्लूजन करें ये 5 श्लोकों का, या 5 श्लोकों का अगर हम कंक्लूजन करें, तो इसको कैसे समझेंगे हम लोग? द फर्स्ट श्लोक इज पर्सनल स्पिरिचुअलिटी. फर्स्ट श्लोक इज पर्सनल स्पिरिचुअलिटी. सेकेंड श्लोक इज सोशल एथिक्स, सोशल मॉरल कैसे होना चाहिए. थर्ड वन इज इकोनॉमिक बैलेंस, धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष. फोर्थ इज कॉस्मिक अवेयरनेस, हमारे ग्रह नक्षत्र तारामंडल क्या बोलते हैं. एंड फिफ्थ इज कंपैशन एक्शन जस्ट कम्स फ्रॉम योर हार्ट. सो एंड ऑल आर रूटेड इन डिवोशनल सर्विस. पर्सनल स्पिरिचुअलिटी, सोशल एथिक्स, इकोनॉमिक बैलेंस, कॉस्मिक अवेयरनेस एंड कंपैशनेट एक्शन, these are all in devotional service. So विदुर का ये जो प्रश्न है भागवतम में, तो भागवतम इससे क्या बताता है कि भागवतम इज नॉट फॉर रिनाउंसिएशन बट इट इज फॉर रिफॉर्मेशन. बिकॉज फाल्गु रिनाउंसिएशन भी होता है उल्लू बनाने के लिए, बट रिफॉर्मेशन बहुत कम होता है, विप्लव. सो भागवतम इज नॉट ओनली फॉर रिनाउंसिएशन, इट इज फॉर सिविलाइजेशन. So what is the final takeaway for us from this? If I have to put it in 2 words, it says bhakti is not a department of life, but bhakti is organizing the principle of life. Bhakti is organizing the principle of life.
So उन्होंने सभी कुछ पूछ डाला है इन 5 क्वेश्चंस में.
हाँ,
Sir, whatever is thing, everything he has asked.
तो प्रभु यही तो ग्रेटनेस होता है एक वैष्णव का. You can stop sharing now, no problem, so that we can have an open session. Yeah, so I hope you all found it interesting, and also importantly, the points that we discussed were making relevance in our life. Any doubts, any questions related to this?
No, definitely much useful.
Prabhuji,
Prabhu.
can you repeat the 5 points you have told now?
Yeah,
Personal, first one was?
I'll tell you. The shloka number 30 was personal spirituality.
Yeah.
Shloka number 31 was social ethics. 32 was economic balance. I'll just put it in the group also. 33 is cosmic awareness, and 34 is compassionate action. And the final takeaway is Bhagavatam is not for renunciation alone, but for reformation of civilization.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So any doubts, any questions, Prabhus and Matajis? Meanwhile, I'll just come, I'm listening to you all.
प्रभु एक अब नारद पंचरात्रि बोला था और एक नारद भक्त समथिंग लाइक
नारद
दैट.
भक्ति सूत्र, नारद भक्ति सूत्र. एक्चुअली मैं वही किताब ढूंढ रहा हूँ आप लोगों के लिए.
नारद भक्ति सूत्र.
नारद
भक्ति सूत्र.
अच्छा अच्छा.
These two books are there. See, this is
Very
Narad Pancharatra, volume 1 and volume 2. So इसमें
okay.
tantra है, yeah, this is Bhakti Tantra, and one is Narad Pancharatra, which talks about the 5 nights of Brahma, in which the complete Vedas was given in a form of an essence.
Can I ask a question other than this?
Yeah, why not? Please.
प्रभु उसमें दूसरे दिन कीर्तन रसा में
Yeah.
जो दामोदर अष्टकम गाया था उसमें वो वर्ड सच्चिदानंद को सच्ची आनंद बोलते हैं, वो भी सही है क्या?
सच्चित आनंद.
सच्चित
नहीं,
आनंद
दैट इज ट्रू माता जी, लेकिन वो जो सिंगर थे उन्होंने वो बोलते थे सची आनंद. तो
में भी उनको कुछ प्रोनाउंसिएशन का थोड़ा सा मतलब इशू हो सकता है कभी कभी, because certain people the dialect and the pronunciation changes with their upbringing also.
आपने भी नोटिस किया होगा प्रभु, यू वर देयर आई थिंक.
Yeah, I was there actually. To be
ऑल
very
द
frank,
थ्री.
मैंने उतना ध्यान नहीं दिया उस पॉइंट पे.
अच्छा अच्छा. पर
But
एक आपका भी उनका वो बहुत जबरदस्त करते हैं दामोदर आरती, लेकिन
yeah,
ये वाला जो मेरे को मैंने कहा ये वर्ड सचिदान सच्चिदानंद है, तो ये सची आनंद करके ऐसे बात करें.
हाँ वही
आप
होता
कभी
है क्योंकि
सुनेंगे तो आपको पता लगेगा.
वो त जो है वो मिस हो जाता है कभी कभी.
हाँ
सच है, द और त कभी कभी मिस हो जाता है यार. That's right. तो नो
Prabhuji, are
वरीज.
you very sorry?
हाँ बोलिए प्रभु.
Prabhuji, are you very fast reader? How to find out time for reading, Prabhu? In our schedule. Actually, I'm staying alone over here, so I need to manage everything. My family is in India. It's a really challenge for me to find time for reading in our daily, sadhana time and in evening hours also.
That is the toughest job, Prabhu, because reading requires exquisite timing. साइड में बैठ के आपको आराम से बैठ के पढ़ना होता है और वो हो नहीं पाता कभी कभी, मोस्टली नहीं होता है। इस्कॉन डिवोटीज में मैंने देखा है, यू मे बी एबल टू लिसन टू द लेक्चर्स, अगर रीडिंग नहीं होता तो एटलीस्ट लेक्चर्स लिसन करो प्रभुपाद के,
Mhm.
because that is the best alternative to the reading, because sometimes people work long hours, they don't have weekends पूरा घर के काम में चला जाता है मैनेज करने में, ग्रोसरी लाओ, घर सफाई करो, ये करो, छुटपुट काम होते हैं, फिर चैंटिंग होना है 16 राउंड्स। आई नो दैट प्रभु। सो समटाइम्स, बट स्टिल आप क्या कर सकते हो मालूम है प्रभु?
Uh-huh.
You can begin something which Amrendra Prabhu taught us. You know Amrendra Prabhu, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
A wonderful speaker. He says, page by page become a sage.
Mhm.
Make it a point to read one page a day at least. And I'm sure it will not take more than 3 minutes.
Yes. Mhm.
Once you start doing that, the rasa or the ruchi will pull you to read 2 pages a day after some time.
Mhm.
And then that becomes your life. That becomes your life.
Yes, Prabhu.
Because मैंने वो देखा है, अकेले में पढ़ना मुश्किल होता है, but I used to spend lot of time reading Prabhu, lots and lots of time.
Mhm.
Reading Prabhupada was my passion, but अभी after late थोड़ा सा सेवा बढ़ गया, इसके लिए थोड़ा कम हो गया. But otherwise, I used to love. I have a whole set of library over here.
Yeah, I can see, I can understand after hearing you.
So we do so many things over here, but one thing we have to understand is that you all wanted to see my new house. Just a minute, I will just do that.
Yes,
And
please.
we'll start with the temple.
Very nice. Here is your Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Just a minute, I will.
Good, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Very good. Rao Prabhu, can you please bring him in the spotlight?
Have done, Prabhuji.
Because
Just click on his name and the three dots, say pin. Already made it.
thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. प्रभु ने कल ही बताया हमको कि उसका जाएगा। कोई बात देखिए, अभी वाली सेवी का शायद 1-2 दिन में आएगी मिलने, उसके हाथों भिजवा दूंगी। ठीक है, नहीं तो तू ही आ जाना, कितना टाइम लगता है?
राधापद प्रभु।
So this is the temple.
हाँ,
Oh, Hare Krishna.
तो थोड़ा ऊपर
प्रभु
करो
के साथ
प्रभु।
आना, we'll sit for lunch, no problem.
Ah, yes,
We have
Prabhuji.
to get the lunch, okay? Sure.
Beautiful.
Hare
Jai Ho.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
गवर्नमेंट रिलेटिव आदि ना होते हैं।
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Gaurnitai deities are absolutely beautiful. This is Varahadev, right? Prabhu, who is this? This is Varahadev, right? On the left side.
Prabhuji, can you please unmute your mic?
Prabhu, you are on mute.
Radhapada Pankaj, Prabhuji.
Radhapada Pankaj, Prabhu, you are on mute.
You can send the invite to unmute. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
This
we
is
cannot
Tirupati
hear
Balaji.
you. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
After okay.
Yoganath, this is Yoga Narsimha. This is Lakshmi Narsimha Shaligram.
Oh, Prabhu, okay, beautiful.
Yes.
Keshav, just a minute, Prabhu. So, well, this is my room,
Your main
study room.
Study room. Okay. Prabhu, वो hang हो गया लगता है.
एक मिनट. Yeah, can you see?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is my study room, Prabhu. And library.
Achha, so you were seated here just now when you gave the lecture.
Yeah,
Okay.
ये तीसरा bedroom है, इसको मेरा study room बना दिया इन लोगों ने.
Oh,
Okay.
good, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So this gives me enough time to sit and do my jobs and everything, with astrological consultation and everything. So this is how I set it up. It's a nice small room. So we are going out now towards the temple. This is another room, master bed. And this is our temple room. I'll just give you this right from starting. It's a separate temple room is there. They have made it for us. So you have the ISKCON chin on top.
Mhm.
So this was the arch we made actually.
Done, Prabhu. Sundar.
Inspiration.
Radha Shams.
This is
So
Vrindavan
you have
Radhesham, right?
Yeah.
Vrindavan Radha Sham Sundar, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have one Shank and Chakra hanging this lamp.
Hmm.
And then you have Bal Gopal, Giriraj. You can see Giriraj's smile.
Gaurnita's
Gaurnita.
eyes are beautiful. Gaurnita's eyes.
So Gauranga Mahaprabhu.
Uh-huh.
Winter
and
caps.
Bhagwan Nityanand.
So sweet.
This is Rukmini ji.
Oh.
This is Dwarkadish.
Oh.
And this is, you have the Laddu Gopal Shaligram, the top one, the big one, Laddu Gopal.
Oh.
And in front of them is Vasudev.
Oh.
So Vasudev, Sankarshan, the flower is hiding him.
Sankarshan.
Sankarshan is this one. This is Pradyuman, that's Anirudh. And this is Sudarshan Chakra, the last one.
Oh.
You can see him. Yeah. Then you have Shri Hanuman, Lord Narasimha. This is Lakshmi Narasimha Shaligram. This is Yoga Narasimha. This is Tirupati Balaji.
Very well.
This is Bhuvaraha Vigraha. And this is Bhuvaraha Shaligram.
Oh, okay.
And then we have, yeah. So the Bhumi Devi is here. You may see the round one. This is the Bhu Devi. Yeah. And उनका गदा fight करने का. And here our Garud ji is there.
Garud.
And we have Srila Prabhupada here.
Wow.
Very
Nice.
good.
So
Beautiful.
this is our altar.
So pro morning में पूजा के लिए how much time do you need daily?
तो एक डेढ़ घंटा तो निकल जाता है आराम से.
Okay. Very good.
आराम से निकल जाता है. But it is blissful, Prabhu.
Of course.
It's good.
And इनका कर्टन भी ऐसा बना दिया हम लोगों ने. See.
दिख नहीं रहा है.
आएगा आएगा.
अच्छा हाँ okay okay. Very good.
More पंख है.
Oh, nice one, Prabhuji.
Great.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Beautiful.
So this is how it is, Prabhu. The entire energy was spent by us trying to figure out how to beautify this. ये जो है स्टोर रूम है बाजू में जो है. ये किचन का स्टोर रूम दिया हुआ है पूरा उन्होंने. तो सब सामान उसमें है. एंड ये छोटा सा मूरी बोलते हैं ना अपन बॉम्बे के भाषा में. तो झूठा बर्तन सब इधर आ जाता है. Everything is here.
Muri.
छोटा सा सिंक. This is the sink and this is Sandini's kitchen.
तो हो गया मतलब पूरा सेटअप हो गया मतलब.
हाँ सेटअप हो गया प्रभु. ये अब आ गया. This is our little bit small dining table. And we have Shinaji looking over our kitchen. Here is Gaur Keshav. Here is Shinaji looking at the kitchen. Then we have our Jagannath ji. This is the small balcony. तो सुबह नाश्ता करने के लिए बैठते हैं इधर 5th फ्लोर के ऊपर. तो सामने एकदम ओपन है. सब बंगलोज है. So it's like nice breezy. And there is a full day. This is our hall. These are the Vrindavan pictures.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
ये थोड़ा हमारा मटेरियल एरिया है.
But really.
Yeah. And this is our door opening. I'll just show you. This is the door.
ओ अच्छा. ये बाहर से दिख रहा है मतलब ये
अभी बाहर है. मैं बाहर हूँ. तो इसको हम लोग ने शंख अपना मुरली और मोरपंख का कटिंग दिया हुआ है.
Okay.
And then you have the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and you have the Radha Krishna on top. That is the Sambandha Abhidya Prayojan deities. And this is the arch of the house.
Oh, nice, Prabhuji.
Good.
So this Radha Krishna was printed by me only.
Wow. What are that?
And then as soon as the door opens, you have
Okay, so this is that area.
so this is the entrance to the house. So
Narasimha
we
Mehta.
have Lord Narasimha and we have Tirupati Balaji
Hmm.
and we have mural painting of Narayana with Lakshmi on the feet
Beautiful.
and Ananta Shesha. Brahma is there on top and Lord Shiva is here with Narayana holding the bell patra for him.
Yeah.
And this is the name of our house.
Rajkanj.
Masta. So we'll plan one trip.
Yes, you have a house in Bharuch to come and stay now,
Yes,
Prabhu.
yes.
Everybody, you are most welcome. We will be very happy to accommodate you all. इसके लिए 3 BHK लिया हम लोगों ने बोला चलो though many of them were skeptical. They said, Prabhu, what is the need? I said, the need is to serve the devotees. And this is the guest bedroom, which is being used by Keshav Das now, Lord Keshav.
Oh,
So his room is all Mayapur, actually. Narshinga, it has a Panchatattva down and Ashtasakhi on top. So this is one, and this is the passage, and this is the master bed.
Okay.
You have Radha Shamsundar here and Ram Darbar there. And this is the storage.
Nice.
So overall, Prabhu, it took some time, but it's been nicely done. So I request you all to come and be with us, spend some time there, allow us to serve you all. And we have got a clock, railway station clock here, Bharuch railway station. So प्रभु ये है हमारी छोटी सी दुनिया और आपका सभी का स्वागत है इसमें.
Thank you, Prabhu. Beautiful house.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Jai. Thank you so much,
You
Prabhu.
come to
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, should devotee consult to astrologer, and what should be his purpose to consult to astrologer?
प्रभु आप मेरा you are closing my business by asking this question.
Prabhuji,